Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. As you can see behind me, the cab still has these big gaps in it because it still doesn't have the doors. I'm going to try and remedy that situation on this episode. I'm going to be getting the doors in their final coat of primer after doing body work, ready to wet sand for the second time and get them ready for paint so I can get them finally permanently installed back on the cab and get this thing a little bit closer to being done. Also got a few new hinges ordered for it as well. The other ones were really rusty and they had quite a bit of play in them, so I thought it'd just be a good idea to get some new hinges as well to go with the new doors. So let's get into finishing up these doors. So now that the fenders are done, onto the doors. These have had most of the body work done, all the metal work done, and these have one coat of high build primer that is almost sanded off. Then these will get a second coat and then they'll be ready for paint. So they're only about halfway through the bodywork process roughly, but these will be next to be painted. And I figured since I had the paint booth up and I don't need the shop bay for another couple days, I'll put this in here, do the other door in here. That way this gets the dust gets blown out through the fan outside, and I can keep my shop clean for a little bit longer. And as you can see on this door, there's a couple of low spots that I had to hit. And I plan to do this in between the coats of primer. Any spots I miss, that way once the top coat of primer goes on, hopefully it will be as smooth as glass when it's sanded and finally ready for paint. This passenger door has got its final coat of primer on, and the bodywork all looked really good before the primer went on. I probably could have put this into paint, but I'm gonna wet sand this one more time just to make sure it's perfect. I did notice, however, there's one little spot on the inside down at the bottom along this little ridge right here. There's a little bit of an imperfection right there. It's got a little bit of a divot. I'm gonna have to do that. Other than that, everything looked really good. You guys didn't see it in a previous video because I didn't have my YouTube channel then when I started these doors a couple years ago, but they needed quite a bit of work. This had like camper mirrors on it, so it had holes in the door up here, had holes down here because they're the really big camper mirrors. Plus it had the 2 layers of trim. Had the trim across here and also had the bottom strip here. So it had those trim holes that also had to be welded and filled. So besides the regular kind of little dings and dents from being a truck that's 51 years old now, there was also, you know, the holes and the welding to do on this. Plus the biggest thing was down here at the bottom, somebody cut 6x9 speaker holes. And so I had to do some sheet metal work there and patch those back up because I do not want speakers in the door, nor do I want wires through my door. So there's also a hole right there as well I had to fill. I'm gonna do somewhat of a stereo in the truck, but it's gonna have speakers in different locations. The speakers I'm gonna have in this truck when it's done is below the fresh air vents by your feet. I'm going to put speakers there. They make a panel for that, as well as behind the seat below where the filler neck was filled, where the gas tank used to be. There are some nice little boxes available for that. So it'll have 4 speakers set up with a sub, but we'll not do them in the doors anymore because, like I said, I don't like wires to the doors on these older trucks, and it looks tacky. So that's been filled, and it's basically back to how it was when it rolled off the showroom floor. Almost, except for the paint thing, you know. One last step, take the latches off, get this wet sanded, get it painted. And if you guys also notice, my guide coat is a lot more uniform. That's because I decided to do this indoors for change and not out in the wind outside. So the guide coat is nice and light and uniform, which will make sanding a little bit easier too. So now the next step is going to be to get this door outside let it bake in the sun for a day or two, and then get it sanded. In the meantime, I'm gonna get my other door in here and finish doing the body work on it. Now, if you guys noticed, obviously this is a little bit heavy on that end. Got a couple engine stands over here bagged up so they don't get dirty to offset the weight. But this is how I use to paint multiple parts. I don't have a $1,000 painting rack. This works just fine. If you're gonna do 2 doors, 2 fenders, whatever, usually most doors have different locations that have cutouts for access to inside the door, and they make great places to set that on some bars. The only thing on these bars that I have done is I have cut some 1/8" slits in them so the sheet metal will sit in that slit and not slide off, land on the floor, and make me say fuck about 10 times. So while my other door is pretty damn good, this one is not so. I thought that I had skinned this lower half really well, and I did get it nice and flat. The only problem is I also got it nice and flat with a little bit of a inward bow. From here through there, it's all level, but from this point, I've got an 1/8" gap or so all the way across, and it continues all the way down to about right there. So essentially, this whole area is sunken down. I could just body work that up with about an 1/8" of filler, but that is not something I'm okay with. So what I'm about to do is not for the faint of heart, and I don't even want to do it. That's why I've been putting this off so long. But I'm going to zip this open where my marks are made right here, right on my weld line from before. I'm gonna cut it from edge to edge. This time, when I weld it, I'm gonna make sure the panel doesn't sink down. I'm gonna make sure it sits proud, and then weld it back up. Hopefully having this nice and flat, if anything, have it sit just slightly proud. There's just a very slight bow, but not much. This panel is pretty much entirely flat, or should be flat from here to here, but if it sat proud a millimeter or so, it would be a lot better than sitting dished, because the dish will definitely amplify light with the black paint. So I need to fix that. So I'm gonna cut that open. I'm gonna go say fuck a few more times, maybe go shed a few tears, get this cut open. Well, that was fun. Not really. But I've got it cut open, and as you can see here, just by putting a little bit of pressure on that, it moves. And what I've actually done is pulled up on this part of the panel, and this is about where it needs to sit. This is still sunken down. I'll pull this panel up, like I said, get them a little bit proud, both of them matching, and I will start re-welding this back together. As I do it, this time I'm going to be doing a lot of hammering and dollying in between each weld. I'm gonna go very slow and try and get this so it stays perfectly level. Should be fine, hopefully, with shrinkage, just because these panels are gonna want to shrink together, but I'm also gonna hammer and dolly all of it, every weld, so it should help to relax this panel, and I won't have this happen again. Not sure exactly how I missed it. I thought I had this nice and true, but it is what it is. This is sometimes when it comes to deciding if you want to use new aftermarket body panels or fix your existing ones. With this particular one, I thought about getting new doors, but I wanted to save as much of the original truck as possible. The doors were in really good shape, There was just a little bit of rust along the bottom here. That's why I reskinned the bottom portion of it. Looking back on it, would I have bought new doors? Probably not, because I'm a cheap bastard. I probably would have done the same thing. Knowing this is going to take a lot of work though, I don't know if I'm going to do this, body work it out, and paint it with the other door. I might just paint the other door in the next week or so and do this one after. It depends on my mood, like always, but at the very least, tonight I want to get this completely welded up and make sure it's nice and flat. Otherwise, I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight, so I don't wanna think about this in my dreams. So I'd like to get this done. Keep my straight edge here, and I'm gonna keep track of the rest of the door, make sure it stays nice and flat. And then obviously once this is welded, I will feather this out a little more with the filler, just because the heat is going to affect this. So I will take this down on both sides. It's mainly, I just wanted to get this down to the metal so I could weld directly to the metal. And I don't know if it was the best idea or not, because this is the first time I've redone something. I don't know if it was better to cut exactly on the weld that I'd welded it before, or if it was a bad move and I should have done it in a different spot, but that's where I cut it. It was kind of a bitch to cut with the die grinder, just because you guys know welded steel is always harder than the other steel. So where this is mild steel, cuts fairly easy. Where it was welded, it was a lot harder and took 3 times longer to cut that little slit. So, welding time. I'll let you guys know how it turned out. So how did that door come out after I decided to try and do a better job of fixing the metal work? Well, not good. Not good at all. As you can clearly see behind me, I got a little bit angry. Should have left things alone. Should have just used that 1/8 inch of filler, but no, I had to go ahead and try and fuck with something that was decent and made it a lot worse. Ended up basically causing a huge amount of waviness when I started to tack it back together, and so it was just a bad idea from the start. Just gonna have to get a new door shell. It's got a lot of time in this door, but you know, it is what it is. We'll just get a new door shell and start over. So as you can tell by the video, there was a few minor problems with this episode. So now I've got to wait for the new door shell to show up, and depending on shipping, you know, that could take up to 2 weeks by truck freight. So it might be a little while before that shows up, and then I can get it fitted to a freshly painted cab and see if it actually lines up. If it doesn't line up, that's going to be a small nightmare in its own. Hopefully it's stamped well, hopefully it fits good, and I can just basically put it on the cab, make sure everything lines up, make sure it gaps out okay, and then just go right into body work. Unless it's screwed up in shipping, that should be minimal, and I can move that along pretty quick and get it painted as well. So now I have to basically decide if I should just paint the other door right now, get it put on because it just needs to be wet sanded, or wait for the other one and do them both together. But that's a problem for another day. So everyone, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the views, appreciate all the comments. Till next time, we'll see you guys later.